Okay, so you want to start a smart home and you really don't even know where to begin. So here's the options that you have. Of course, you have the more advanced setup, which is a Raspberry Pi, AI cameras. You have simple things such as a Wi-Fi plug. This is a good way to actually get started here. Even a Wi-Fi bulb. Now, these things are very inexpensive. If I were you starting off for the very first time, you may just want to start with something minor, such as a Smart Life switch, maybe, and also something that works with Smart Life to you, such as a Wi-Fi bulb. So if you just kind of start off with these two items here, and you should consider maybe even connecting them to Google or the actual Alexa speaker. Probably shouldn't have said the name out loud. We know how that works. But before you even get started on things like this, you actually have a smart device that you probably didn't know that you had all this time. So you Android users, primarily those with Samsung phones, you have a device that you can actually use. It's called Modes and Routines. So if you go here, Modes and Routines, here you can create automations within your device right now that you didn't even know that you had. So let's just kind of just go over it and look over it. Again, you know, this is just you starting off on your smart home. You don't know really where to begin before you start getting into the advanced things like Raspberry Pis and Home Assistant. So in this example, as you can see, you can create a routine by going here to your Modes and Routine, hitting your plus sign here, and then you have an if and then you have a then. So with if, you select this, and this is what actually triggers the automation from starting. So anything that you have rigged up on your phone, you can trigger it with an automation. So you know you have your mode and your modes. Let's just take a quick look at what mode you have. So if you want to set your phone to a specific type of action based off where you're at, so say maybe you're driving or you're at the movie theater or you're at work in a meeting, you could set that. Let's just say, for instance, you're at work, and you could even add a then from there. So from there, let's say you're at work, or we'll just say the work is you being in a meeting. Here you can control your home, which, you know, we haven't gotten into you adding these things in a home just yet. You can control things such as your watch, how you want your watch to respond. Maybe you want your watch to go silent while you're in that meeting. You can do connections. You know, maybe you're at work and you want the Bluetooth to respond a certain way, the Wi-Fi, or even things such as your NFC. Your mobile hotspot, maybe when you're in the meeting, maybe you want to turn your hotspot on for your presentation. So as you can see here, you have a ton of different things of what you can do that you probably haven't been taking advantage of inside of your device before. Again, before you even get to all of this smart tech, here's some automations you could play with right now. Playing around with this just to find out what you can actually do. When you're driving, you want certain things to happen when you drive. So when you drive, maybe you want music to start playing from a specific playlist the moment you get in your car. Or something that you guys have seen on my work if you follow my accelerating here. Okay, so let's say you get in your car. Scenario, we'll say it's connected. Let's use the Camaro. Then maybe I want my phone to play certain music, or maybe I want it to start talking the moment my Bluetooth connection connects up to the vehicle. So this is how you can actually wow your friends and do some really cool stuff. Now, you will be limited because not all vehicles will let your Bluetooth, let your voice assistant talk over the stereo with Bluetooth connections. We'll get into something a little bit deeper for you Android users called Tasker. Tasker, oh my gosh, it's just, it's basically modes and routines on steroids. But again, you have some pretty basic things that are already set up here that you can play around with. So again, let's just say with my Camaro, the Bluetooth connects, go to my music, and maybe I want this to start playing. And then the moment it disconnects from the Bluetooth, maybe we want it to stop playing music. Very cool process here that'll allow you to, you know, really take advantage of some smart tech that you didn't even know that you had right now. So I want you guys to go ahead and play around with this. Our next thing we're going to talk about next is these devices here. This will be great for you. Just starting off with a Wi-Fi plug and a Wi-Fi bulb, just to show the basics. And then we'll go back to these routines here, and we'll have this phone control these devices based off certain actions. And we'll get very advanced on the process of what you guys see me play around with the Home Assistant and those actions that I take with things like the Bluetooth floor plan and a whole bunch of crazy other things that you can actually do. But go ahead and start with the basics, and we'll talk about these Wi-Fi, and we'll go from there. So tune in. I'm going to help you guys build your smart home. We're going to start from the ground up. We're not going to spend a ton of money. We're not going to be bringing in programmers to do all of this work for us. So let's get to work, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Love what I'm feeling. Since you've been around, I no longer feel lonely. I understand.